great read about the greed from Vivek Ramaswamy, Woke Incorporated. It's a very topical book on lots of pressing issues, especially in this country. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about this one. I've been recommending this book to a lot of people who I know. So in this book, Vivek exposes how corporate America pretends to care about some important socioeconomic issues and not just profit, in an attempt to gain more profit, basically playing this stakeholder capitalism game. I feel like these days the whole term wokeness has become weaponized. It's very unfortunate, but the whole idea at this point divides us more than it unites us. And big corporations are profiting from it. This isn't a great book because I agree with everything. It's a great book because there are a lot of things that I do not agree with, but they're beautifully expressed. In the first couple chapters, he shows how the woke industrial complex basically defrauds American people. According to Vivek, he describes how big corporations who used to be accused of lacking diversity and equality now become the biggest critics of themselves, and they sort of become their own watchmen and somehow manage to get paid for this. Go figure. And then he describes how powerful corporations and some officials conspire to deny you the right to vote and express yourself in a democracy. American people and American democracy ends up suffering from that the most. He keeps reinforcing the fact that a good barometer for the health of any democracy is the percentage of people who are willing to say what they think out loud in public. And as probably most of us can agree, America has been doing pretty badly on that thing lately. And later on, Vivek describes how under the banner of stakeholder capitalism, some CEOs and major investors team up with ideological activists to advance radical policies that would never be approved by Congress. And last but not least, he exposes how these actors pull off the most heinous theft, as he describes it, of all. They steal our, and by our he means American, national identity. As Vivek describes it, a new notion of identity proposed by this woke culture reduces you to the traits that you just inherit at birth and undermines your place as a free agent in a society. Now, I am very much of an individualist, and I pathologically cannot stand any system of belief that tries to put people into the same box, especially based on something that they've just inherited at birth. I personally do not think that a company's commitment to strive for a better future and supporting important environmental and societal issues is a problem. It's a great thing to aspire to do. Apart from chasing profit, it's just more about the lack of honesty and transparency in that kind of approach, as if corporations are pursuing other goals other than just profit while using this woke agenda to generate even more profit. Again, I do not necessarily agree with everything in the book. Obviously, the whole political correctness and wokeism has been taken way too far. It's the same as with like Me Too movement. It's a great movement to begin with, the way it started. But yeah. And I know a lot of men who think the same way, but they can't say it out loud, whereas at least I can do that, me being a woman. But it's exactly the same thing with wokeism. And God forbid if you say something critical of the movement, not of the ideas, but of the movement itself, if you represent the quote-unquote privileged class, because in this case you're not entitled to have opinion. It's just wrong, and it's very polarizing, especially in a country like the United States, which is basically this melting pot of different cultures and different traditions, different nationalities, and different points of views. We're definitely paying too much attention now to inherited qualities instead of rewarding people for what they've achieved, especially in spite of given circumstances. That being said, I don't like the idea of anti-wokeism, and it's very sad that it's getting such a big pushback and wokeism has become part of the culture wars, because what's the alternative? You know, what is the opposite of woke? I think it's a great question to ask, and I think that it's a great thing that this kind of movement happened. It's just like a pendulum swing. It needs to cool off a little bit and come to a stop somewhere at a healthy midpoint. We need a healthy platform for a dialogue to happen and keep fighting for human rights and fair representation of everyone. So again, it's definitely a worthwhile read. It's educational, entertaining, very well written, and I think it lays the ground for rethinking where we are at right now and how we move forward. And just also helps you, I don't know, become more informed and make more informed decisions when it comes to conscious consuming culture. I'm all for just spreading love and peace. Let me know if you've read the book, what you thought. If you haven't, definitely go grab a copy. The link is in the description below. You know how to find it. Like, subscribe, and stick around for more.